Hey everyone, welcome into a brand new playthrough for Anno 1800 here on the channel. Now this is going to be a very different kind of playthrough for the ones that you're normally used to seeing from me or any other people, any other content creator on YouTube. As this is not going to be your typical, alright, let's start over and let's start with a blank tile set, or a blank island rather, tile set. I've been watching a lot of StarCraft lately. A blank island, and, you know, just building up from scratch. We've done that a million times. You've done that a million times. You've seen people do that 1,000 times. So what's going to be different? Well, we are going to be reconstructing a real-life city here in Anno 1800 using Crown Falls as the landscape for it. Now what you're seeing right here in front of you is a city that I built up in about 3.5 hours or so on Twitch over the weekend as a basis to get ourselves started. This is our little town of Beavertron. You can thank one of our viewers, Gilead, my favorite little Italian friend, for the name. He wanted it called Beavertron, so there it is. But we are quite a ways into this run right here. We're at 25 hours of game time and about, let's take a look and see here, about 11 hours of real time. So this is about a 12-hour-old save right here. We've got, you know, a reasonable amount of coin, a decent little balance, global population at the moment of 11.5, and some extra influence and plenty of materials. It's a stable city, of course. Everything is fully supplied. Everything is taken care of for our residents. We do have a population of about 2,200 investors. So this was the basis, just the base city to get myself going. Of course, it has been beautified and decorated as it is for me. And as you can tell already, we are using a small selection of mods in this one. We didn't go all out. We don't have like 70 or 80 mods going. We have about 15, I believe. The mod list will be linked in the Discord server, so if you are interested in seeing which mods I'm using, be sure to check out the Discord server. The link is down below, and look for the hashtag Anno Talk channel, and the mod list will be linked there. Obviously, I'll go ahead and tell you this right here. This is just a bank. It's just a new skin for the bank, made by JJE 1000, and it is called the Cathedral of Commerce. Gorgeous building right here. But yeah, most of the mods are just decorative mods, some new looks for existing buildings, things like that, just to add a bit of variety to our city. Nothing crazy, no gameplay altering mods like New World commuter piers, or, you know, ships that can haul, you know, 1,000 tons of cargo. Nothing outrageous like that, just a few visual mods for variety. So yeah, here is the total scope of the city that I built. Lots to do here. I still want to build this city. It's a cute little city. I like this place. So my plan for Beavertron is this is going to be one of our stream cities. We'll be working on this on Twitch every so often whenever I'm able to stream. So if you're interested in seeing Beavertron grow, please be sure to join me over on twitch.tv/takarazuka. And just keep an eye out for when I'm streaming, and this may be one of the cities that we work on. All right, so I know you're all wondering, what in the world are you talking about? What are you doing about reconstructing a real-world city? Well, let's go take a look, and I will show you what I mean. This right here is the city of Mainz, Germany, circa about 1890. That's right. An honor and an homage to the amazing developers for Anno 1800 and the people that have brought us several titles within the Anno series ever since they took it over from Max Designs and Sunflower Studios. I want to reconstruct the city of Mainz, Germany in the game. Now, if we take a look right here at some of the road layouts, I have a couple of images I'll show you. I have dozens and dozens of road layouts, paintings, pictures, old photographs of the city from the 19th century to use as a reference, as well as I'll be using Google Earth to kind of see what the city looks like now. and get some ideas and some inspiration for how the buildings will be placed. Now, as you can see, Mainz is a complete cluster of twisty, curvy, windy roads everywhere, which, of course, confuses me because it's like, okay, so you're gonna make a game based on a grid, but you live in a super twisty, curvy city. Oh my goodness. But to help with that, we do have a mod that is called the Diagonal Paving and Ornamental mod. So I'm going to be able to do a little bit of work with some diagonal streets. Of course, not diagonal buildings, but we will make do with what we can. And we are going to reconstruct, not 100%, of course. We can't do a 100% reconstruction of Mainz, Germany, and Anno. That would be something that you could do in, say, maybe Cities Skylines. But I do want to build something that looks remotely similar and just uses a lot of inspiration from Mainz to put into our game here, because I think it would be a lot of fun and just a fun way to say thank you very much for the amazing game that the developers at Ubisoft Mainz have given us. So let's just jump back over into the game now, and let's go on over to Crown Falls. Where we have started, I rather have started bringing over materials. We've got some wood. I did have a lot of bricks, but I went ahead and I plopped down a whole bunch of temporary depots just so I have somewhere to store some goods and everything and increase our storage capacity. We are producing timber as well as brick in a couple of spots here. So we are producing some goods locally just to get everything started. For this game, let's just go ahead real quick and I'll give you a quick, real brief, couple-minute overview of what this game pretty much looks like. Of course, you saw the old world, and in the old world, we only have a couple of islands. We have the island of Beavertron, we have a small island right here of B-side, and we have a very small island right here of Frickberg. That's just giving us our champagne and furs. That's it. That's all 3 islands. In the new world, we have the island of Corny Island. Yes, again, someone asked me have me name that. So we have Corny Island over here. We have Mahadonia. And we have a few islands that have yet to be exploited. We have La Cabana. We have Buena Costa. And we have the island of Higo Luego. So about 5 islands here in the new world to use to support the Crown Falls. The Arctic has not been settled yet. I have not gone there. And then we do have Mbessa going, and we have a very, very small setup on Tabarim. No other islands have been utilized in Tabarim, but we do have 5 of them as well. So a few islands, everything is still pretty raw, pretty fresh, and ready to be used. All right, so if you will allow me just a moment to get all of my maps and all of my stuff together, we're going to get started. So I will be back in just a moment. All right, I am ready to get started. So what we're going to work on first is we're going to work on the harbor area first. If we take a look at this screenshot right here of Mainz, you can see right here along the Rhine. Of course, now Mainz does border the River Rhine, or the Rhine River, however you want to say it. Of course, we don't have that luxury in the game, so we're going to use the coastline. So we're going to kind of focus on this area right here and build up this part right here. There is the city hall right there and a lot of parks. And we're probably going to use some of this as like warehouses and some different factories that we're going to be doing. A lot of what we do will be blueprinted first. A lot of blueprinting before we get into the main part of the city. Okay, so let's jump back into the game and let's get started with this. Now, most of this is all going to be in real time. Most of the building will be done in real time. And we're going to work on it. This is a long-term project, okay? This is definitely going to be a long-term project. It's not something I'm going to be able to complete very quickly. So, you know, we'll be working on it. Try to hopefully spend no more than a couple of episodes on a particular area of town. You know, I say that knowing full well that that's so not how it's going to work. Alright, so we got here. Promenade. So it's actually like a really nice promenade. Now I know there is a harbor. Now Mainz does have an actual harbor area that's a little bit further down the Rhine over here. But since we don't have that, we're going to kind of shorten it just a touch. And it does have a train that actually runs. There's actually a train that runs down and comes this way and actually goes across a bridge on over here. But we will make use of that, and I will put the train through the city and actually put an oil harbor over here. Let's kind of use let's use the oil harbor as our basis for where everything is going to go. Let's call it right here as to where that's going to go. Now the train tracks, oh, check this out. Our train tracks have a new texture to them. Yes, right, our train tracks have a new texture to them. It's very, very nice looking texture as well. It looks kind of funky right now with nothing around it, but once you put buildings alongside it, oh my god, does it look so good. Alright, so that train track does come up this way. And it actually has some parks and stuff that come off of it, it looks like. I don't have any good, like, pictures of this area, so I'm just going to sort of... I'm just going to wing it right here. And we're going to make it look like how we want. I'm using the map, but we're going to sort of kind of, like, take some liberties with how it looks. So let's maybe do that. Let's go under our investors here. Not that one. Oh, I don't have those unlocked yet. Shoot. That's fine. Well, I don't need to blueprint, you know, these guys. Do that. I think that might be kind of interesting. Again, I don't have pictures of any of this, like of what this train track right here looked like exactly. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of make it look like how I want. We're going to come out this way with it a little bit more. Now, this train track comes off over this way. Ends there. Now, this actually is like a very large road. The Rheinstrasse? Rheinstrasse. I know I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm butchering your German language. I'm sorry. But it is the Rheinstrasse coming off this way. I'm going to put some... I'm just going to use our... we're just going to use this temperate grove for the time being. Until I can decide exactly how I want this to look. Okay. It's probably going to come off like that. Then up here, let's just actually keep going down this direction right here. So it does kind of end, basically, like maybe right around in here. Then the railroad actually goes, and it goes on up this way into the heart of the city, as it were. And this just kind of continues more of like, it's like it looks like parks and trees and stuff for the most part. We're going to use this temperate grove with the fencing, just sort of as a, um, just a temporary ordeal. Now, coming over here, it actually kind of jumps up this way a little bit more. But instead, we're going to bring it right about here. We're actually getting into where the city hall is at. Okay, so there's actually a city hall right here next to where I'm going to have this area. Now, the city hall, what am I going to use for a city hall? No, not that. I have quite a few really fun decorations and stuff I could use. That's way too small. Kind of a larger, grandiose building. I mean, I could use just a town hall itself and, you know, call it a day, which I might just do. Are going to have some homes down here. Might just use a regular old town hall for this. Don't think I have anything else I could use for it. Give me just a second. Let me kind of go through everything and let me see what I want to use for the town hall. Give me just a second. When in doubt, use a members club. So we're going to use a members club to kind of stand in for the town hall here, I think. It's a little bit wider. I mean, and I could always make this over here just a touch wider, actually. Because it does have some trees around it. Let's bring it maybe right to there. Actually, no, this right here would actually work. Let's just do it. Yeah, let's do it that way. That would work. It is centered up in here, so this will be fine. Because it's sort like the way it is in the image, it kind of goes like off of this. And it has a pond, or a pond, a fountain in the middle of it. So it's not very big. It's just like it's a small fountain, and it's literally just surrounded by like some roads going around it several times. Like that. Yeah, and that's it. And then it just has trees all the way around it. I'm going to grab that temperate grove again for right now. Go like that. Get back up on regular speed here. Okay. So that's kind of what the city hall area is like. But this right here is kind of bothering me because you guys know how I am about everything being symmetrical. Gotta be symmetrical. So I'm going to take that one part of the road right there out. Then it looks like there's actually another set of some more ornamental stuff over here. Back behind it. It looks like it's a double road worth of extra trees and stuff. So we will do a double road's worth of trees back here. Lots and lots of green space I'm noticing in the pictures and everything. Just a ton of green space. So it's very interesting looking. Okay, now comes the fun part. Let's get the docks going. I'm just going to go ahead and see. I'm going to move him maybe right. It's kind of difficult to decide where to put this. Yeah, right there. Let's do it right there. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade some of these so I can kind of get an idea of how this is going to look.
If I see another biscuit.
Okay. And now this is just a very straight, like, it's just a very straight situation here. There's not a lot of curve or anything to it. Of course, we're going to have to fidge that just ever so slightly because, you know, game is a little, has some curves to it. Okay. Something along those lines.
How far do you think being so nice?
Alright. Now let's get our docklands. Well, not docklands. We will be doing docklands, you know, later. Let's get all of this right here put in. Start trying to make it look like somebody lives here. Upgrade him as I can. I definitely need more bricks. What was he bringing over? See, he's already kind of filled up with all of that kind of stuff. I'll bring over some more bricks
Ceasefire has ended.
for everybody here in a little while. It's blueprint again. I did mean to blueprint that, though. I kind of forgot, to be, you know, quite honest with you. I just completely forgot to blueprint that. Now, it does have some little piers and stuff out in the water. Of course, they don't look anything like these piers right here, but it's something we can make work for us, I think. Maybe. Like, why is... Oh, it's because of all these buildings over here. I'm gonna shove these guys over here, get them out of the way for right now. There. Oh, no, it still doesn't like it. Okay, it likes it there. Doesn't like that, but it likes this. Like... Why? Whatever. I'm going to fidge this just a touch, I think, and put some different piers over up in here. Just because I think it would look a little more, you know, a little more interesting. Put one maybe here and one right there.
Ceasefire has ended.
And we'll have a crane right over here. I may redo a little bit of this later as I continue on. For right now, I think that will be okay. Gonna get that area right there done. Okay. So where are we gonna go from here? So the actual Mainz harbor actually comes straight across here. And it would actually be more in line with all of this. With it looked like there's like little warehouses and different stuff like that. But since this dips down a little ways, we'll utilize this right here for maybe some factories and stuff on this side. I think that would be okay to do. So let's see. I'm not going to do big heavy industry factories like steelworks on this island. We're going to be bringing all of our steel beams rather over from the old world, but I do want to do stuff like this, like a motor assembly plant and like a steam carriages. I do want that stuff on this island. So I'm going to go ahead and blueprint where I'm going to have him. Now this is kind of where I'm getting a little away from the actual Mainz. Fix this real quick. Keep that up and running. But yeah, I want to keep that over there. And I'm not going to do brass or anything on this island either. Brass and furnaces will not be on this island. I will put them... They'll probably be off on some of our... We have other smaller islands nearby that I plan on building up, probably off camera or on Twitch or something, to use as productions for some of our other goods that we need, like that. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff here. Well, yeah, I will do him. I do want him here. Just taking a look real quick to see what all I've got to work with here. Again, this is kind of stuff that, like, I don't know exactly what was here, or, you know, what exactly was on these areas. It looks like it was sort of like a mix of industrial and warehouse district. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. I can't be sure, obviously. There are a lot of pictures of Mainz, but then there's like not pictures of things that you would really want. So I've seen quite a bit. Alright, give me a second to see where I'm going to go with this before because I'm sitting here clicking around just staring at it. So give me just a second to see what I want to do with it next. Alright guys, I think I've got it finally. This took me honestly like forever to get it like this, but like I said, we're gonna fidge things on occasion. You know, I can't get it exactly like it is in Mainz, but we are going to do our best. But I didn't really like the piers being right up here, so I moved them out into the water a little bit, added some cranes, lined up a depot, so we can kind of maybe think that these piers are like, you know, they belong to different companies, and these are their local warehouses for their goods being dropped off. I have a harbor master right in the middle, so it can affect both piers as well as the trading post. We're going to be putting some specialists in there to help with harbor activity, so some passive items in there. I went ahead and did drag out all of our roads with some brick roads so I could get a good idea of what they were going to look like, and did a bit of decorating. The more I looked at like harbors and docks from this time period, a lot of open space and just a lot of cargo sitting around. They weren't like full of buildings, you know. They had warehouses typically sat off the docks, and then this was a lot of the times it was just wide open blank space filled with cargo being moved to ships and everything. So I felt that kind of looked nice back there. Lined up our depots and stuff up here, so it turned out rather nice. I think it just it looks really cool with the contrast between the trees and then the industrial area along the harbor, and then moving into some of these heavier stuff over here. You know, we've got the oil harbor along with the storage tanks, and then that steam motor assembly line. I think it just kind of adds a nice little capstone on the end right there. So from here, oh, you know, I didn't get all of them. This over here needs it too. This road right here is kind of an arbitrary road. It's just to connect all of this stuff up here. We'll move that road around as we need to. All right, so going from here, we're going to pop back over to our screenshot real quick of the map. So going from here, we have built up, hold on, let's see. We have built up the area around the promenade. I just realized you probably can't see my mouse, actually. I just thought about that. But yeah, we built up the promenade right along the Rhine River area. From there, we are... Oh, hold on. Can I do this? Hey, you can see my mouse now. That's better. And I zoomed in. So we built up this area kind of right in here is what we've been working on. This little spot right here. And it turned out not too bad, I think. From here, we're going to get into the real meat of the city, and we're going to start building the Deutsches Hall, the Zeughaus, or the Deutsches Haus, the Zeughaus, Kaufhaus, and these areas right here. I believe this right here is like some sort of market area, so we can make a really neat looking market. And this gets into the actual buildings and homes, and it's going to be a lot of artisans and engineers, some investors, probably, especially like right around the markets and the theaters and the plazas. Lots of investors and stuff right here. But this area, I'm thinking mostly engineers and artisans. So we're going to be putting all of that in there. I'm going to ship over enough. I'm going to start another shipment to bring over everything we need to upgrade to artisans. So fish, work clothes, sausages, bread, and I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something all of a sudden. I think that's it, actually. Sausages, bread, fish, and work clothes. We're going to start shipping that over so I don't have to produce it locally. And I'm going to put it over here on this island. That way I don't have to build any of those factories, and we can instantly get everything going with some upgrades. So, kind of a slow start. A lot of it, this episode, definitely a lot of explanations going on. Probably want to see the game itself, actually. So yeah, this episode right here, a lot of explanation going on as to what we're going to be doing, what I plan on doing. And yeah, I think from here, it's going to really start taking off in the next episode. We're going to actually start laying out a big chunk of the city in the next episode, getting it laid out, getting our housing laid out, public services put in, and the city will really start taking shape. So I hope you're excited. I know I am. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I think it's going to look really, really cool when it's done. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, suggestions. If you've ever been to Mainz, let me know, let me know some good resources I can help to find to look for more pictures. Like I said, I've got a couple dozen, but hey, I'm always open for more ideas on maybe trying to find some pictures of Mainz from the 19th century, 18th and 19th centuries, or even early 20th centuries. So I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm super, super excited about this, guys. So look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Please leave a like, comments down below. If you have not already, please subscribe. It helps out the channel so much, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.